Whether you're a new or experienced PC builder, CORSAIR iCUE RGB ELITE Series liquid CPU coolers offer first-class cooling, integrated RGB lighting, and refined aesthetics, equipped with AF ELITE Series PWM fans that use a fluid dynamic bearing that deliver great cooling with the looks to match. In the box, you'll find mounting hardware that's compatible with Intel LGA 1700, 1200, 1150X, and 2066, as well as AMD AM4 and STRX4. The first thing you'll want to do is determine where inside your PC case you'd like to mount the radiator, as well as the orientation of your fans. Once you've decided, secure the fans onto your radiator with the provided screws. For this tutorial, we'll be mounting the 240mm radiator up at the top panel of our CORSAIR 4000D airflow case, with the fans set to exhaust so that hot air can be pushed out the top. The pump head comes with the Intel mounting bracket pre-installed. If you're using an AMD system, remove the thermal paste plastic cover and swap out the bracket by removing the two halves and install the appropriate one for your motherboard socket. Remember to be careful not to touch or smudge the pre-applied thermal paste during the installation process. For most Intel systems, use the provided Intel socket backplate that comes with the cooler. Remove the adhesive film protector, align the backplate to the mounting holes at the back of your motherboard, and attach. For AMD systems, unscrew and remove the plastic retention clips on the motherboard socket, but keep the default AM4 backplate. Next, install and hand tighten the provided standoffs for your motherboard socket onto the four corners of the backplate through the front of your motherboard. Then secure the radiator into the top panel using the provided screws. Now you can gently install the pump head onto your CPU. Carefully align the corners of the mounting bracket with the standoffs. Then, using the provided thumb screws, hand tighten them in a star pattern a few turns at a time so that they can be secured as evenly as possible. Next, plug the cooler's USB-C cable into the pump head. Route the other ends of the cable behind your motherboard tray. Connect the two included AF ELITE fans to the cooler's PWM fan splitter. Connect the pump tack cable into your CPU fan header. Connect the data cable into the USB 2.0 internal header. And connect the cooler to SATA power coming from your power supply. Once your cooler has been connected, turn on your PC and make sure to install or update to the latest version of CORSAIR iCUE so you can start customizing your cooler settings. On the home screen, select the RGB ELITE cooler. For lighting controls, click the Lighting Effects tab to create your own lighting profile. You can roll with one of the many preset lighting effects or create your own unique lighting by adding multiple layers of effects. To control fan and pump performance, go to the Cooling tab to select from preset performance curves or your own custom curves. 0 RPM and variable pump speed specialized cooling modes in iCUE keep noise to a minimum when your system is idle or under light loads. In the Alerts tab, you can set your cooler to light up a certain color or trigger a particular action if your CPU starts to get too hot. These are just a few of the most used settings in iCUE. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on CORSAIR iCUE for liquid CPU coolers, check out our video on how to set up liquid CPU coolers, linked down in the description. And that's it for how to install your CORSAIR iCUE RGB ELITE liquid CPU cooler. Thanks for watching.